originally from New Orleans. Where'd you go to high school?
So Katrina happened my sophomore year of high school,
Right.
but I was born and raised to go to St. Aug.
Okay.
So I'll say that. So I went to St. Aug my freshman year. Katrina happened my sophomore year, and then we ended up moving to Arizona.
You moved to
Yeah.
Arizona?
Yeah, so my brother's kind of famous in the state. My brother played basketball for St. Aug, won a
Okay.
national championship in high school,
Okay.
won the state championships. He went to the University of Arizona in
Okay.
Tucson, played with Mike Bibby, Jason Terry, that
Okay.
'97 championship team.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
we had a lot of connections in Tucson. So we went, we did the kind of so let's back up. We got stuck. Obviously, we got stuck. So we were stuck in the city from Monday to Thursday. Went to
Mm-hmm.
Houston, stayed with my uncle like 2 weeks, and then my mom was like, "Y'all want to go to Arizona?" Okay, we go to
We go to
Arizona,
Arizona, right?
and we dipped to Arizona, and that's where I finished high. That's where I finished high school at. Then we moved back, and then I started at Southern that summer. Well,
Was it
that
all?
fall.
Was it always your plan to go to Southern?
Nope, nope.
So
Uh,
how did that come about?
The plan was I played football.
Right.
I ended up being second team Southern Arizona in Arizona. The plan was to go wherever I got a football scholarship to. Uh, the University of Arizona didn't pan out. I got recruited to UNLV2. That didn't that didn't pan out either. I got an offer to the University of Northern Arizona in Flagstaff, and my
Okay.
mom was like, "You ain't going out there. Like, you not going at all. We moving back home, and you gonna go to Southern." So Southern
Oh,
was.
she
I
told
always
you.
say this.
She told you
I
where you were going.
Well, she didn't tell me, but Southern was my last. Well, I don't like to say this, but it's true. Southern was my last choice. Like,
Okay.
Southern was not on my mind. The only thing I knew about Southern was the band.
Okay.
Point blank, I knew Southern had a great band, and that's it. But she made that call like, "Hey, we moved back home, and you going to Southern?" Okay, all right, Mama, I'm cool with it. Let's go.
And you were at Southern doing what years?
My freshman year was 2008, so
Okay.
fall 2008 until spring 13.
Okay. So for the most part, you were a football player. You never played in the band or anything like that.
I was in a band in middle school, but once I got
Okay.
to high school, it was straight.
Right.
It was football.
What did
It
you
was
play?
definitely football. Offensive tackle.
What I'm saying, but you play offensive tackle. Okay, but
Yeah.
I'm saying when you're in the band, what instrument?
Oh, I did. So I was a color guard. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
New Orleans, we have color guards
I
different
got you.
than everybody else in the
I
country.
got you.
So I was a color guard, and then I was a drum major my 8th grade year.
Okay.
But yeah,
And
that was it.
and during Southern, you majored in was it computer science?
Computer science. Computer
Okay.
science. My
So you're a
degree has
techie.
nothing to do with what I do now. But yeah. And that's a
Okay.
whole story in itself right there.
I
That's a
got
whole
you.
story.
Oh, got you. So let's kind of start, man, with what led you to get the ball rolling with respect to filming these videos. How did that begin?
So, like I said, we moved to Arizona for Katrina. Obviously, band is life in New Orleans, and band was still a big part of my life in New Orleans. And I just at that time, YouTube just started. This is 2005, so YouTube just started. So we were still in the era of band DVDs. So
Right.
what I had to do was pay these people across the country to ship me band DVDs to Arizona, and that's every few weeks I get a little money. Oh, hit it at $5 for this band DVD, $10 XYZ. So I had to keep doing that. Eventually, once I got to Southern, I was just like, I'm here. I don't have to keep buying band DVDs. I could start making my own DVDs and selling them to make a little money on the side. So that's what I started to do. Like my first 2 years there, I was just really just doing what with whatever a small little. I don't even know what kind of camera it was. It was trash. It was definitely trash. But I ended up. I got enough money. I work study in the union. I used one of my work study checks. I bought a camera, and the rest became history. Like I took that little red Sanyo camera wherever I went on the yard. I just started recording Greek shows, pep rallies, all that stuff. And then at the games, at this time, you couldn't get on the field. On the field, you have to
Right.
be on the edge of the track. So if you or anybody else go back and watch like band videos from like 2010 to 2011, you'll see me on the back of the track with my camera recording the band. You'll
Right.
see just like this, recording the band. And that's how I got it. I got it rolling. And then, my stuff, the work it started to grow. People started to notice it. And I want to say spring 2012, I created a band DVD for Mr. J, who was the band director at the time. Like, hey, this is what I could do if I could really record the band. It was nothing. At the time, of course, it was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing in life. I
So
look
for
at it now like, oh.
so for those that may not be aware, Mr. J, you talking about Jackson?
Yes, Mr. Jackson,
Yeah.
Mr. Lawrence Jackson,
Lawrence
Mr. Lawrence
Jackson,
Jackson.
band
Yeah,
director. Okay.
he was the
Okay.
band director. So I gave him this DVD, man. Oh, this is some great stuff. You can record the band. Okay, cool, cool. Push
Really?
coming, push coming forward. The fall came. I I was planning on just doing my own thing with the band, but at this time, the band had HumanJukebox.com, which was run by Barry Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Barry reached out to me that summer and asked if I could. He noticed what I've been doing the past 2 years, and he asked if I can help them out with their production. And I'm like, oh yes, because I bought Barry's DVDs while I was in Arizona, so I already know what Barry and his group could do. So I was like, oh yes, yes
So were
indeed, yes
you
indeed.
you were still a student at the time?
I was definitely still a student.
Okay. Okay.
I am prime in my undergrad life. Yeah, Barry gave me that chance. Barry and Mr. J gave me that chance, and while helping out Barry, I still got to do my own thing. That whole 2012, come back 13 the same way, and then push come to shove, Mr. J retires.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Mr. Hammer gets on. Mr.
Yeah.
Hammer wants to take the band to the next level. So he decides to bring me on like fully to push the brand of the band. And
Wow.
from 14 until until 25, that's what I've been doing. Just pushing the brand of the band.